If you fish for salmon or steelhead, then this pattern's for you. To tie it, we'll start off with some white thread, secure it to our hook shank, and snap the excess free, at which point we'll continue wrapping backwards towards the bend of the hook and bring our thread forward before grabbing some crystal flash. Here I'm using pink. Secure the crystal flash to your hook shank, wrapping back towards the bend of your hook. At which point we'll double it over and repeat this step, finishing by wrapping your thread forward up towards the hook eye. And if you'd like to win this fly, comment #flies in the comments below. With this complete, we'll grab our crystal flash and begin wrapping it forward in close touching spirals until we reach our thread. Secure, taking thread wraps both in front as well as behind, and snip your excess free. Paint over the body with some UV resin to give it some shine as well as added durability. Fix in place with the UV light and grab a Zonker strip. Here I'm using pink. We'll secure this to the top side of our fly, separating the fibers to help only lock in the leather and prevent from trapping too much hair. We'll secure it tightly to the hook shank, taking thread wraps both in front as well as behind to help lock it in place. With this complete, we'll whip finish to hold everything in place and snip our thread free. We'll then grab some intruder wire. Insert it through your hook eye, folding it over and grabbing some beads of your choice. Here I'm using a salmon pink, pearl, as well as UV pink. We'll trim up our wire to length before inserting 4 beads on top of it. Pull your fly free and grab an intruder hook shank, or as I often like to do, and just trim off the hook bend after. Insert it into your vise and secure your thread tightly to the hook shank. Continue wrapping backwards till you reach the bend of the hook. Grabbing the fly we just completed and securing the wires to the hook shank. You'll want to ensure that you secure them tightly in place so they can't slip free. A few ways to do this is to use a thread that'll allow you to have enough tension to hold it in place, but a surefire way is to add a bit of super glue. Wrapping the thread over the top of it will ensure nothing will slip free. Additionally, taking a few thread wraps underneath the wire before wrapping back on top of it will help lock it in place. Once satisfied, we'll snip our wires to length using the back of our scissors and carefully cover up our tag ends. Next, we'll grab a tungsten barbell eye and secure it to the top of your fly. We'll lock these in place, taking figure 8 wraps around it, as well as several wraps underneath it. The addition of the eyes will give the pattern some weight, as well as help it ride inverted. Next, we'll grab some more crystal flash, once again securing it to the body and wrapping back towards our hook bend. Before advancing our thread forward, grabbing our crystal flash and wrapping it forward once again in close touching spirals, helping to add some shine to our body, and continue to do so until you reach your thread, at which point we'll secure it tightly in place, taking thread wraps both in front as well as behind before snipping the excess free. Paint it over with some UV resin, once again adding shine and durability to our body before fixing it in place with a UV light. We'll then grab our remaining Zonker strip, fold it over, and secure it just behind the bead, secured tightly, taking thread wraps both in front as well as behind the Zonker strip before snipping the excess free. Cover up your tag ends and grab some peach ostrich herl. We'll secure several strands over the back of our fly, snip the excess free before grabbing a marabou feather. Here I'm using white. Pull some of the fibers towards the top side of your marabou feather, creating a small triangle. We'll use this to secure the marabou in place before snipping the excess free. We'll lock everything in place, wrapping back slightly onto our Zonker strip before grabbing your marabou feather and hackling it forward until you reach your thread and secure it in place before snipping the excess free. At which point we'll brush it out to help remove any trapped fibers before whip finishing to lock everything in place. Snip your thread free and cover up the head with some UV resin to add some durability to our pattern. Fix in place with a UV light, and this is a simple intruder pattern that provides lots of movement in the water, rides inverted so you don't get stuck on the bottom, and is an excellent choice when fishing for salmon as well as steelhead. Tie it up in all your favorite colors and you'll be sure to catch some fish. Thank you for watching, subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next one.